Okay, so we are about to start. We're about to start our presentation. Just in a few minutes, we'll be starting. Today, I'm joined with a colleague here, Elizabeth Chalo, who is our communications officer at Uniport Loans. She's joining with us today from Uniport Loans. So prepare your questions. Have your questions ready. We'll do a brief presentation to cover most of the important things, and then we will be able to go straight to your questions. When you are registering for this meeting, you are able to ask questions, what you would like to be covered in this meeting. So we have made a presentation to ensure that it covers all those areas. But if you feel like you are not satisfied, you will still be able to ask questions. Please note that you can lift your hand or you can raise your hand using the raise hand tool, either at the bottom or at the top of your Zoom, or you can use the chat box to write in questions. Those ones will be able to help, we'll be able to sample out those questions and read them. Now, we will go straight to the presentation, our today's presentation. You can follow through keenly, and then if you have questions, you'll be able to ask the questions. So thank you for sparing a minute to come be with us, join us this afternoon or this evening. And I know you have left a lot of things on your end so that you can attend this meeting. So it's a sacrifice on your end, but we hope it's going to be one of the most fruitful sessions that you've ever had this year or this season or this period. So this session has been made specifically for students who are degree students and they are struggling to finance their education because of one or two reasons here and there. So and that's why Uniport Loans is here to help you be able to finance your studies. Now, this is just an overview of what Uniport Loans is. It's an NGO, non-governmental organization. We do not make profits in Kenya, but we are aimed at providing loans for university students studying at a Kenyan university. So we were established in Kenya in 2018. Since then, it has grown. We are now in more than 20 universities in Kenya. And this number keeps growing. Just last month, we finished another set of selection, and our tally of universities has increased actually to about 47. So it keeps on increasing as we continue admitting students from various universities in Kenya. We have supported so far more than 300 students from those 47 plus universities. So we are still growing. We started with a few in 2018, but over the years, there is an increasing trend, meaning that people are trusting Uniport and are applying for loans, and they're actually getting the loans. Our mission is to enable bright Kenyan students, wherever they are, in their preferred universities, at their preferred courses, irrespective of gender, ethical, and financial background. So we will like to enable you to complete and finish your studies so that you can get the career of your choice and achieve your dreams. So I'll talk about the eligibility criteria really quickly. As I've mentioned, one must be a university student, meaning that you're taking a bachelor's degree and you are enrolled in a Kenyan university that is certified, and at least you are in your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh year of studies. And you must also be needy. You must be a needy student and one who is able to give or provide good grades. Essentially, that is the criteria that we look for. Remember that it's an academic merit-based loan, and that's why Our mission is to enable the bright students in Kenya universities to pursue their education. So essentially about our overview and our eligibility criterion. Next is the application requirements. What do we need to have in order to apply for the loan? Once again, I know most of us might have come across these things, maybe if you've heard from a student or if you have seen it through our website or from anyone that's a referral or a friend. But essentially, in a nutshell, we will ask you for the following documents for you to provide during your application. And one of the documents we'll ask for you to provide is your passport size. Then you're going to provide a copy of your ID stroke passport. I'll quickly mention something about that. We have students who are not yet 18 years old, but they will wish to apply for the loan. Please note that the loan is only available to 18 years old and above candidates or applicants, because there is an aspect of signing a loan agreement and it's a legal document. So like a legal person to sign it, so an ID will be ideal. However, if you feel or you think that you might get your ID in the next 3 months and you like to apply for the loan today, you can go ahead and apply the loan for the loan. And in the next 3 months, when you get your ID, then you can submit your application. Then you will need you to have a university from your university or your college. It should have an official stamp and a copy of a school ID as well, if you do not have that document. And then we'll ask you to bring a copy of your KCSE certificate. Are we able to see the screen? Can someone just confirm if they're able to see the screen?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Okay. Now, so we continue. We'll be able to have those documents, a copy of your KCSE certificate. In case you are in your first year and you have not received this document, we'll ask you to provide a copy of an official KCSE result slip. We will also like you to provide result slip. This is for students who are in their second, third, and fourth years and above, to provide transcripts or results slip from their previous academic year in campus or university or college. We'd like to have you have a KRA PIN certificate. Please note that when it comes to the KRA PIN certificate, it's very simple for you to get that. You just apply on the KRA website. It shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to get that. And then we are also asking that you have guarantors, 2 guarantors, or rather a minimum of 2 guarantors to be able to guarantee your loan. And also the guarantors will be able to provide their certificates as well. That's the KRA PIN certificates. We will also want to have a copy of the fee structure and that is stamped from the university. That means that it's valid. It's a valid fee structure from the school. If you are receiving help, you will also be able to provide a letter from help. You can easily get these documents through the help website. That statement, you'll be able to have that statement for us if you are receiving help. And also another requirement, after you have applied for your loan, we'll show you how you are going to do that. You will be able to print it and then sign. And you'll be able to see the number of people signing the loan form. You will sign it, your parents will sign it, or guarantors will sign it. The school will be able to officiate it as well. The area chief, area administration, the church administration as well, they'll certify that form. You will then scan all the pages of the form, all of them, they are 13 in number. You will scan all of them and upload back on the portal. We'll be able to get to that point. And then to the guarantors, we'll need you to provide bank statements for guarantors, or pay slips or M-Pesa statements from the last 6 months. Now, note that why do we require you to provide these documents is simply because we do not ask for collateral for the loan. The guarantors act as the security for the loan, and the guarantors must be eligible. It means that guarantors must meet the minimum requirements needed for a guarantor. So they need to have a stable income, and the only way we can know that they have a stable income is if they have a flow of finances in their accounts. And these accounts are either bank accounts for those who are paid via the bank, or M-Pesa statements for business people who do not transact their businesses through their accounts. And then finally, for the requirements, as time goes by, new policies are created. So starting this year going forward, we have required that applicants sign loan agreements physically in the presence of a lawyer from Uniport and their guarantors. So that will be a requirement. Once you finish the application, you will sign this loan agreement in the presence of a lawyer, and you're either two guarantors or one guarantor is available. So essentially, that is it when it comes to the requirements. Then, how do you apply for the loan? To successfully apply for this product, you will follow the following steps. You create a Uniport Loans account. So you access our website, which is www.uniportloans.co.ke. On the top right of the navigation panel, you will see a button that is called Login. Once you click on it, you are redirected to a separate window that contains a login form. Just right at the below of sign in, you will see a button called Create Account. Then there is where you begin. To create an account, you will need a valid ID number, and you'll also need a valid email address. Remember that this ID number can only be used once to create an account, meaning you can only have one account with us. So once you create this account, ensure that you do not lose it, and ensure that you're creating it with a valid and a legal document. Once the account is created, you'll be able to log in, you'll be able to access a loans profile. And the loan profile on the sidebar, you'll be able to just click on it, and then a manual pop-up will show. And that pop-up will contain all the instructions on how to complete the application process. Essentially, it will also include all the application requirements that we have mentioned about. Now, we will urge applicants to ensure that they keenly and correctly, once again clearly, fill out all the required details so that the loan application process can go on smoothly. What you're trying to mean is that we have 11 sections in the application profile, and these 11 sections have different requirements. They stand for different things. For instance, the very, very first section essentially has information about yourself, your background, your contact information, your next of kin. We'd like you to fill out that in full, clearly and neatly. We will continue to the next section that has your residence information, your permanent and your current residence. Again, you fill it out well. And then we go that way, you'll fill your education information. Under the education information, you're going to give us your primary school information, your secondary school information, your current university school information. You will also be able to record a 2 to 3 minute short video about your vision after campus. After you get this loan, what are you going to do with it after you finish campus? Okay, just record yourself, be neatly and smartly dressed, record yourself, and let us know what you want to achieve after campus. We have instructions on how to do that. Ensure that also your video is not too large nor too small in terms of size, so that you can be able to upload it keenly. We've had a number of students in the past not able to upload it because of the size of the video. Just ensure that the video has enough pixels so that it can be uploaded. We'll be able to come to the question and answer section. So kindly please just hold on to the questions. We'll be able to tackle them in a few minutes. Now, another thing is we want you to be very keen with these details, and I will single out your loan information. Under your loan information, you're going to give us figures per year, and those figures, they need to correspond to whatever is written on your fee structure. And remember that fee structure, you have provided it to us as an attachment. So ensure that the figures under the loan information, those figures are the same as they appear on your application portal. Under the bank statements, most students are not able to fill the correct bank details. Please, if you do not know your bank details or you're unsure about your bank details, kindly ask your school finance for this correct school university bank details. Excuse me, and then fill them out. Your personal bank details are your personal bank account details and your personal bank account name. Please note that a personal bank account number is your personal bank account number as it appears on your ATM card if you have one. And your personal bank account name should be your name. A university bank account name is not your name, it's the university's name, school name. And the university bank account number is the university's bank account number and not your personal bank account number. And another thing, ensure that the bank branch, again, is accurate. That if you registered for Cooperative Bank in Nairobi CBD and the branch is the Nairobi Business Center, ensure that that is what appears on your loan application profile. Please note that when it comes to disbursements and disbursements are to fail because a student did not key in the correct bank details, the students are therefore penalized 500 shillings for each failed disbursement because of wrong bank details. So we need to be very keen with that. And then you'll provide guarantor information. Please, we have talked about guarantors. Ensure that all those guarantors are well filled out. And then finally, the attachments and the downloads. This is another section that we endeavor to have the best of the best. When we are doing our pre-selection, we look at this and we want to see how much effort you put in as you apply for this loan. So ensure that your attachments are clear. Your attachments are in a PDF format and not a Word document or any other format. Ensure that it's a PDF format, ensure that it's clear. You could scan all these documents with a printer or a scanner. You could use mobile applications that are clear, like a CAM scanner, but it scans clear documents. What we discourage and what will not accept are documents taken by a phone's camera or pictures. Those ones are not acceptable, and immediately we see that application cannot proceed forward because we like to see quality documents and downloads. Please ensure that you do that. Once you have that, you will, as I mentioned earlier, submit your application after that. And again, the loan application form has 13 pages. Those 13 pages have to be scanned, all of them, and uploaded on our website. Okay. How will you know that your loan application has been approved? So the loan applicants have to go through a rigorous selection process before being approved for a loan, and all applicants will be informed via text, email, and phone calls. So we will review your loan after you have submitted it in a period of 2 to 4 weeks, and we'll communicate that to you about the next steps. And for those students who have everything correct, we'll schedule interviews for them, and then we'll be able to proceed, and you'll be able to know if your loan has been approved or not. Okay, what about our interest payments? So we charge 13% interest per annum, and students are required to pay this interest every 3 months from the first loan disbursement. So if you applied for your loan today and you got the loan in January, for instance, it means we will start charging interest from the first time the loan has been disbursed. And it's on a quarterly basis, as is clearly indicated. So every 3 months, you'll be able to pay interest because the interest is charged by annum. Okay. And then when are disbursements done? So we do disbursements at the beginning of every academic year, depending on the calendar of the institutions. So essentially we do disbursements 3 times a year, that is January, May, April, May, and September. Okay, how much is the actual loan amount? So we can award a maximum of 120,000 Kenyan shillings per academic year. That's the maximum we can award. However, this amount varies. It depends on financial needs of the applicant. Other applicants might require more than that. Other applicants might require less than that. Other applicants might require fewer amounts of money than that. Okay. Are you guys able to hear me?
No.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Kristen, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, let's continue. So we said one can access a maximum of 120K per year, depending on the different financial needs. Another important thing to note at this point, we'll clarify once again, is that if your loan amount is more than 120,000 per year, you'll have to finance the deficit. Let's say your loan amount is 300,000, or that's your school fees per year is more than 300,000. Let's say that, for an example, is more than 300K. We'll only pay 120,000, and then you'll be able to pay or finance the deficit. And the company policy is that you pay the deficit first, and then we make the balance. Okay. When are you required to start repaying the loan? So, as we said, interest will be paid every 3 months from the time the amounts are disbursed. But when it comes to the principal amount, that is paid after you've successfully finished your tuition. That means if you're in your first year, you'll start to pay back the loan after you finish your 4 years. That is at the end of your 4th year. You'll be given a grace period of 6 months, and upon completion of your studies, remember here, it's 6 months upon the completion of your studies and not from the time you graduate. So you'll start to pay the principal amount when you finish your studies, and that is after 6 months from that. Okay, for those students having issues logging into their accounts, having password issues. When you create an account, you're given an activation link that is sent to your email address. Sometimes please check to ensure that this link appears in your inbox. And if it does not appear in your primary inbox, it could appear in the junk box or spam folders. Please activate your account there. Ensure that you're using an active email address. Now, if you have issues, maybe you're forgetting a password account, your password, just click on forgot password and a new link will be sent to you. And then, as I said, we'll be able to learn about why choose Uniport loans, why us and not others. So we are certain. So will not change the interest rates, it's fixed. And then you are assured that you will get the loan once you qualify. And also we do not ask for collateral, as I said, and you can study and complete your studies in good time. And then also our loans are very affordable. Like I will not ask you to pay interest every month. We'll ask you to pay interest after every 3 months. And the interests are very minimal depending on your loan amount. That gives you a flexible repayment schedule. And also it helps you solicit for funds when you're still in school, doing some hustle so that you can pay the interest. It helps you to cultivate the good culture of paying back the loan once you're done. And then we also have academic loans on merit basis. We also offer mentorship programs. And these programs, you are paired with a mentor. A mentor helps you throughout your journey in school. And this mentor is specifically in your career area. So they help you and they mold you into becoming the kind of future employee that you want. And we also have networkings, and during these networkings, you're able to meet with your fellow Uniporters, you create a network, and through these networks, you get to grow. Okay, now we'll come to the question and answer section, and I know most of you have raised hands, and we will use the chat box for questions. And I know Elizabeth Chalo has been answering your questions in the chat box. So kindly, if you have asked questions in the chat box, please just check the chat box to ensure that you have been answered. But now we'll take questions from you. So anyone who feels like asking a question, just raise your hand and unmute, ask your question. Okay. We don't know exactly who you are, but Eliza Chalo, tell us your name, please. Unmute.
Hello, hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'm David Otieno Cage. Yes, so I have a question. Actually, I'm David Otieno Cage. I'm a student, fourth-year student at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. I'm pursuing Bachelor of Education Arts. So I have this question to ask. Hello?
Yes, please ask.
Yeah, the question goes, actually, I'm now in fourth year, and then, I mean, we are in the mid of the semester. I mean, before the year ends, we shall be done with our 4.1. Then we embark on our 4.2 come next year. Then by March, I think we will be done. Now, a situation whereby the disbursement perhaps delays, or there will be delay in disbursement, then it finds me perhaps I'm almost done with my schooling, or perhaps I'm done. So how will you people help me in such a situation?
Okay. So when you're applying for the loan, you will let us know about that, like which year are you currently in? And when you know that you're in your fourth year, currently right now you are in your 4.1, we would like you to at least finish this application in good time then this one will give us enough time to look at it and then make the disbursements as early as possible. But if the application delays, then we also delay on our end. But just to clarify things, okay, we will make disbursements following the policy that we have, that is at the beginning of every semester. So in this matter, our next disbursement should be in January. But once you have your application done and completed in good time, then it will be okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, just to clarify on this, I made my application by June.
Okay.
Yeah, I made my application by June. So to mean, if at all the disbursement was to find me, then I think I'm in, yeah. Okay. Because the disbursement is being done, you've said twice a year.
Okay. We'll have a look at it.
Okay, thank you.
What you could do, you could write a follow-up email and we'll just be able to pick it up.
It's okay.
Okay. James Onyango? James Onyango, just unmute and speak. Anyone else? Naima, kindly unmute and speak.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, my question is, your academic year does not begin on January. Do you still receive the loan?
Yes, you will still receive the loan. That's why we say depending on your academic year, because students have different academic years, but at least we know that a year will not have more than 3 academic years, and that's why we do the disbursement in 3 tranches. So at least in one of the other years, you'll be able to get your disbursement.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, okay. Any other question? Okay, whoever, please clarify, does one have to be taking a bachelor's degree? Yes, as we said, we are considering bachelor's degree at the moment. However, we might be considering also diploma students, depending on the course they take. So diploma students are invited to apply. So yes, for the meantime, we'll focus on that. Someone asks kindly, for how long should we wait for the loan? As I've said, depends on how you quickly submit your application, but we make the disbursements 3 times every year. So in January, in May, and in September, essentially during your opening of every semesters. So interest is paid after, okay. Sally Chambi asks, I'm looking for help. You're a bit confused about the payments. Where will the money be coming from? And I'm not employed. I'm doing my studies now for 8 hours. Now, Sally, we encourage students to find or come up with a plan of paying back their loan before they apply for the loan, because when you're taking a loan, you always understand that it's a loan and it's not a grant, and a loan needs to be paid back. So when you borrow money from someone, you always have a plan to pay it back. Now, we may not know or we may not tell you where to get the money to pay back the interest from, and that should be up to you to decide or to know. If you want to talk to your parents, if you want to talk to your guarantors, if you want to do a hustle, whatever you want to do in school, please do that. And the reason why we do not ask you to pay the whole loan when you're still studying is because we understand you're not employed and you are not able to get all that amount of money when you're still learning. But a student can access upkeep, and they could use that upkeep to pay interest as well. So essentially, when it comes to interest payments, please note that it's up to you to know where to get the money to pay interest from. Pamela Wanja. My colleague Chalo will pick up from there. She'll take more questions.
Hello, can I ask a question?
So I'll just take the last one from the last. Interest is paid during the old. As long as you owe someone's money, there's a cost of owing someone's money. Of course, as my colleague has explained, the loan is paid, the interest is paid while the student is in school. After that, we do give you a grace period of 6 months after completion of school, and then we require you now to pay your amortization or the principal amount, and of course, the interest that will be accruing by then. Okay, I think that is well responded. And yes, please clarify that, okay, that was responded to. Okay. So if one is open, your parents are not entitled to any salary, how can one convince your guarantor that the platform is legit? Okay. So of course now the responsibility is up to you to find a guarantor. You can always reach out here for any questions or clarification. Of course, that you mentioned that you're located at Westwood or Westlands. If they require any more convincing, apart from the website details, they can visit our offices and we can explain to them further. If you're unable to convince your guarantor that the platform is legit, okay? Is the interest paid every 3 months? Yes. Interest is paid after every 3 months from the time that you vaccine. And of course, interest is charged on the amount that has been. So for example, you receive 100,000 in your bank account, interest is charged on that 100,000. When you proceed to your second year and we disperse to you another 100,000, of course now you'll have 200,000 Kenyan shillings from money from the company. Interest will be charged on that 200,000. Okay, and that is continuous until the all loan is period. Okay, morning. Sorry, I'm joining the meeting. What are the requirements for one to apply for the loan? Okay, we covered that. You can review our video at YouTube, Uniport Loans Kenya. And we are live. You can review that and also check on our website. That is also very well elaborated. You can check us on Facebook and Instagram. However, we require identification credentials like ID, 2 guarantors, their ID cards, KRA, your results, of course, alone is given on merit. So we will, of course, require you to share your academic credentials. Yes, yes. And someone else asked about the money deposited to personal or directly to school account. Of course, if we allocate your upkeep for your personal account, if we allocate you fees, which of course we give priority to, will be sent to your school account. Okay, and of course you follow up with your finance. How can I get the meeting, of course, same question. Yes, how do I start the application? Of course, we've mentioned that the application is made up online. You just need to visit our website and start with the application. Of course, you need to submit the application online. There's no any physical presentation of your application form to any place. And also the application is free. You're not required to pay any fee for you to qualify or even make the application. The application is free. You just need to visit our website and make your application. Okay. One of your requirements guarantees with stable income, or was that possible? Of course, now you understand that this is not a grant. We are giving you a loan, and at the same time, it's very active. I can go to the very risky product because we not require you to give us any product. Of course, guarantees our security at the moment. If you are unable to pay the loan, your guarantors will chip in and pay the loan. Yes, you guarantee because that's why we require someone who's working. Someone who's okay, you can find your best students or best connect with your parents or even teachers, lecturers, so that they can guarantee them for the loan. If your parents are not working, you can have someone or a guardian that is working and can be supported through this. If you are educated, it will be an advantage to them. Okay. Someone just applied for upkeep while studying.
Najaribu kukopi link kwa WhatsApp niendelee kwa simu.
Mostly just give educational we will consider to offer you cities and not up to money while studying. In soft copy, I don't know what you mean by soft copy. Of course, the application is done online. Everything submit online. If you require to have your ID, you need to scan your ID and upload for the Maurice, you cannot tell me clearly where did you miss? Maybe you can get back on that. Yes, we do cater for accommodation depending on the loan amount that you're borrowing. So of course, for the students that require IC amount, we may not be in a position to support. Of course, you've mentioned the maximum amount of money we can allocate you is 120,000 per academic year. So if your school fees is more than 120, we will not be able to offer you upkeep money. But if we give it low and we assess with our metrics test and see the need of you awarding you upkeep money, of course, we will allocate upkeep money to take up for your accommodation. I'm next to bring university in December. This year, first year people is a problem managing the school on reporting with Uniport loan. Of course, now our selection officer, Chenani, my colleague just mentioned the first time you make your application, the earlier we review your application and share with you a proper feedback. Okay. I don't know if someone mentioned that there is a lot of disruption from your side. I don't know if it's a bit clear, maybe you can respond on that. Is there a deadline for the closure of your application? No. Our application window is always open. You can always submit your application. And of course, we are working to make our selection continuous. So once you submit your application, we will review your application the next 2 months. Okay. And I think I've responded to all. Maybe someone can, I've seen a few people raise their hands. Does this really need to be stamped by the school finance office because I'm currently at home? I don't know what needs to be stamped by the finance. Okay, the fee structure. Okay, you can always, with the students that we've selected for the past few years, you've seen them download the fee structure from their student portal. So of course, the fee structure that you download from your student portal is always stamped. It is usually electronically stamped. You do not need to have your finance stamped. So if you apply for the loan now, of course, you've mentioned you have 3 disbursements in a year. That is January, in May, and in September. Okay. Within those 3 phases, you've taken care of every student in a span of 1 year. So of course, if you apply for the loan right now, we'll respond to you from now to December, in the span of now to December, and you receive your next disbursement in January. You'll be in the team January. When is the portal open for application? I've just responded to that. The application window or our portal is always open for application. You can just visit our site and make your application and submit your application to get back to you. You cannot apply for upkeep. We do give priority to school fees and not upkeep money. Okay. That's all. I just okay. Well, I've seen someone raise their hand. You can unmute, and my colleague will take it up from there.
Let's hear from you.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. The way I said, I'm David Okech. I have 2 questions, and
Yes.
the first question, I would like to know. Actually, I said like I'd done my application. That is by June I'd applied, and actually even I submitted everything. My application. That is now. I didn't do it alone because I let my friends, some of my friends, around 5 of them, to know all about this, and they too applied. Now, with them, they got a feedback whereby they were told, we are sorry, we are regretting you've not qualified. But then with me, I didn't get this information or that feedback. Now my question is, I'm kind of stuck. Am I qualified or not? Then the second question is this. I know this is an ungovernmental firm, that's just the way we have said. Now, in relation to help, I mean, this is Uniport and the other one is help. Now, if at all help doesn't want maybe all these things, like you have to maybe take a video, you have maybe to put lots of, I mean, you just know there are a lot of things that perhaps you guys want as compared to the other people. Now, maybe just to know in a polite way, in good faith, not just in a bad faith, why all this then?
David, okay, just to answer your questions really quickly. On
Yeah.
your first issue, as I mentioned to you earlier on, kindly just write an email to us. we will respond to you and give you feedback regarding the outcome of your application. On the second issue, as much as we are, or we can be compared to help, we are not help. So our application process might be a little bit different compared to the help. We don't have the same structure. So we have a totally different structure that we try to implement. And it's a structure that is working out because in our introduction remarks, we said we now have over 300 applicants. We have over 47 universities. And these 300 applicants have successfully gone through that process and have done it. So that is our process, that is our way, and it works. And unless there are changes, it will remain that way. Because I know at the end of the day, if you truly require a loan, if you truly require the loan, you will do anything you want to get it. So I will just leave that at that. I may not really be in a position to give you a reason why we do everything that we do here, but just know that whatever we do it for the good of the applicants.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's take the last question, please. From the lady in specs, kindly unmute.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Damaris.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm new here. I would like to know when will the application for the newcomers will start?
Right. Once again, Damaris, the applications is always ongoing. We receive applications on a rolling basis. So kindly just apply as soon as you can.
Okay, kindly. As in, you tell me, as in the procedure of applying for Uniport. I don't know.
Okay, we have essentially gone through the presentation. So after we finish this presentation, just kindly go to our YouTube channel. This video is available there. It has all the steps and everything that you need to do to apply for the loan.
So as in, I can even start applying it today?
Yeah, you can start applying right away.
Okay, sorry for this. Okay, if I start applying it today, as in, when will I get the money?
Yeah, once again, all this is covered in the presentation. You might have joined us late, but kindly, all the questions are answered. Let's go through the video. And if you have any questions, just ask them.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. All right. And then just to wrap up, what if we changed your institution registration number? Can you change before the disbursements? Communicate to us, Nicholas, on time, and that should not be a problem. How can we know our mentors? Our mentors are assigned to you by Uniport loans, so don't worry about that. The portal is open for applications. Continue. How can you apply for the loan? We have said, please briefly, just go through this document, go through this recording on our YouTube channel, and it has all these answers. Otherwise, thank you for your time this evening. And I know it's been a sacrifice on your end, but we hope now that you are aware about the requirements, you'll now be able to go proceed and have the application, and it will have 0 errors so that we can facilitate your education. I hope, or rather we hope, that your questions have been answered and you're ready. And in case you meet any more challenge on the screen, we have our official communication platforms. Please reach out to us through those means. I'll invite Charlo if she has any closing remarks. She does not have any closing remarks at the moment. So I want to thank you all once again, and you all have a good evening, and God bless you all, and see you some other time.